All right, I don't know if you can see me. We're in shorts. It might be cooked though. Let's wait and see. This account might be blown. Let me turn that on. Yeah. Um, I think, of course, we are more long bullish. For the highs and the objectives like that. So maybe I am wrong. Maybe this 5 minute does hold, and we do get disrespected. Main reason why is because again we have a 5 minute busy. I can honestly reverse here, which is kind of what I'm thinking because we had rejection both sides and we're looking to be more bullish. So square here. I feel like it would be more ideal. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna liquidate both sides. Target these highs for now. Kind of the and then we'll add more if we have the correct bias. If not, then we're probably getting stopped out. Not gonna lie, this count was kind of cooked. We were down already. So I'm just like, see there, we get in and we go, and then we move on, We walk away, come back tomorrow with a new fresh account, and then that's it. So and I'll go over my thesis why I thought this trade was a good idea for the shorts. But first and foremost, it's because of ES. That's the main reason why. ES was already sweeping, going way below this. If we go like a 15-minute time frame, you can see this 15 minutes is so strong compared to imminent Q. And then we had a 5 minute here, which I thought was going to get inverse so we can target lower prices and reach below these lows. But then I thought about it. I was like, the 1 hour SIB is good, but we're already inside of the daily PDRA. We're probably going to bounce even higher. We're probably going to target higher prices. But the way the market moved, I feel like we are probably going to come and sweep these lows to then push up higher if we do continue lower and disrespect this 5 minute. Because again, it's inside of a premium, which most likely it won't probably hold unless we're super strong bullish and the daily PDRA is like supporting it to the fullest extent. But the way the market is moving up here and right here, it just goes to show like we probably still have some form of like consideration of rejection to move down lower. The way how high we're up in the premium compared to ES, that's kind of what it seems like to me. What I'm trying to say, like in easy terms, is we're too high up still on NQ, and ES is a little bit lower. So I think NQ wants to catch up to ES by moving a little bit lower and sweeping more sell side to then push up higher. The 5 minute is not inside of the daily BISI, which goes to show that it is not supported by the daily PDRA. And the 1 hour PDRA, the bearish one, can disrespect that 5 minute to then eventually reach deeper into the daily and sweep more sell side and push up higher after and disrespect the 1 hour. But I'll go you can't even see this one. I'll add more if we break above here, but I'll hold this trade for now. I won't go break even. It's way too soon. Reason why I like these type of trades is more of like a continuation rejection trade. The lows we're going to reject. You see that the boom, boom. And then we have strong rejection by sellers trying to come in, push price higher. And that's where I exit my trade. Even though I probably could have went break even around here somewhere. And got out for break even. It just would have not been worth it. I'd rather just close it. But this right here shows me strong rejection and continuation for the market to push up higher right there. And you also have a form of standard deviation now. So we're probably going to add a little bit more. We're risking 5 cons. I'm probably going to risk a little bit more. Once we get above here, I'll probably add a little bit more. And I'm going to show you guys like how to scale and if we're correct. If for now, we're probably going to get stopped down below the account, which is fine. I've accepted it, honestly. After getting the payout, I don't want to get complacent, but I do want to build upon my strategy. I do want to like make it better. I feel like my mental's good, but I just need to work on controlling my mental while I'm in a trade or while I'm in the market. That's really the biggest thing. Let's go. We're gonna go right around. I would want to go break even here. feel like we're seeing weakness though. Yeah, seeing a lot of rejection there. I think it was more of an emotional one, but we need to break above here and then see continuation. I don't want to see any form of rejection. I think that's a good sign right there. Unless we continue lower, yeah, it's not good. I'll probably get stopped out, honestly, by the way this trade is moving. I think I added a little bit too much. We need to see displacement here. If we break above my candle, but the previous candle high right there, I'll go break even. But if we don't, then I'll just leave it here. So I feel like I'm just going break even too soon without a clear reason. I need to just break above that high. All right. Probably gonna hit break even anyways. Listen. That thing we hit our target. Go a little bit like that. Just the 1 minute. I think the 1 minute gives us a clear picture. Yeah, I'm probably gonna break even. All right, we hit break even. We can potentially look for a re-entry, but the way the market is moving right now, I don't know if I like these conditions. I mean, truly honest. We can look for like a 30-second entry. But if we look at ES, I just don't like the way it's moving. Like on a 5-minute basis. Like we're inside of a range. We're not really moving. Just looking like it wants to continue lower. The 5-minute showing rejection, the 1 minute showing rejection. It's looking bearish, honestly. It's you can honestly risk 2 cons. Let's risk a con. Risk 2 con. We can only risk 1. So let's risk 1 on imminent Q. But I don't know. I don't know why it's not going. All right. Let's see if it does want to reach this low. All right. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having contradicting biases, and that's how you know a trading day is not viable. Break even once we break below there. Reason is more of a mech model trade. That's kind of the reason why I'm taking this trade. Pushed up, so I broke. Now you want to see a continuation below that. Go break even once we break below it. I know we tapped it, but I want to see us break below it. That's kind of the main consensus is have a candle, you know, right there like that. That's more ideal for me. I'm watching to see it. If this next 2 candles form a civvy, I'll look for a reentry after we. Okay, yeah, we probably won't get it. I was gonna say I was gonna look for a reentry once we have the civvy form and we retrace back up into it and we show a sign of like manipulation like this. We retrace back up into it and we sweep and then we push down, display slower. Like an internal sweep, I'll take it. You know. But if this trade hits, I'll call it a day here. If it doesn't, then I'll just walk away either way. I have other stuff to do. But yeah. Yes, was the weaker one. That's why I'm taking shorts on this one compared to NQ. I would have looked for longs on NQ, if I'm being truly honest, because that's the main thing I was doing on in queue was looking for longs. I feel like my camera's kind of skewed. Was it like what? Was it up here like that? I won't lie. After the payout, I have been getting complacent with trading. I don't know. I'm just trying to feel like I'm trying to get back in the groove of things. I feel like I'm not really in the groove of things. I feel like I'm not really caring about accounts like the other day I was trading like what? Yesterday I was trading horribly, bro. I was trading horribly. We can go over that too on this account. I don't know what I was doing, bro. Let's go look at it right now, actually. Cause I just don't know. I don't know what I was doing. I did my hindsight trade, but I just don't know what I was doing. I took a short, and at 10:02, 10:04 on in queue, I was taking shorts. One trade hit and then the other one just didn't. I was being complacent. So if we go to imminent queue right now, and then we turn this on, let's go to we're on the 1 minute either way. So yesterday was around here. You see that I was taking shorts, getting stopped out, taking more shorts, getting stopped out, just getting liquidated. Honestly, I guess I was targeting this low. We had a form of inversion. I thought the market was going to continue lower here, but never happened until we had a 2 minute civvy. That's kind of where things started to change. Was we had a 2 minute civvy, and then we had a change in the state of delivery inside of it. That would have been the best trade to continue lower. Even though the bias was correct, it just my form of entry was not correct. And that's something I'm still working on because, again, I'm imperfect, bro. I'm not going to be having the best entries. I'm not going to be someone that's like making the most amount of calculated decisions at the right moment. I feel like I messed up right there by being emotional and taking a continuation trade when in reality there was nothing backing up that continuation trade. This trade is backed by something. Same thing with the NQ trade. The 5 minute was, the 5 minute wasn't really backed by anything. So if we go like to the 5 minute, on imminent Q, and this is like twice in a row where I get stopped out, so I'm just call it a day. So the 5 minute here, this trade, the shorts were not the best, honestly. Reason for that is because again we had the 1 hour CB hit, pushed down lower, we hit into the 5 minute busy. But what other 5 minute bearish confluence could I use to target lower prices? That's the main thing. Like on the lower time frame, because I have my higher time frame confluence, and we're targeting these lows. But what entry model am I using? If I entered after this, that would have been more ideal. Go break even below this low. That's nice. But then I would have got stopped out. That would have been more ideal. That would have been more of an ideal scenario, as opposed to entering just down here. For what? What am I entering down here for? There's no reason for me to enter down there. So that's kind of just something. Another thing I'm just really like getting mad at myself about is like I'm trying to take continuation trades because I've taken it once, like in the past month or like 2 months. I'm taking more continuation trades. And I just continue trying to think like, oh, this is a beautiful continuation trade, like this is gonna keep melting, but in reality, it just reverses from my entry point. And I keep thinking like, oh, that dilemma of like, oh, this is a beautiful continuation trade. I've seen it before, in reality, it's just like I'm forcing a setup there. So, yeah, it's pretty much really I'm gonna call it a day here. Market is back and forth, not really reaching my draw, so I'm just gonna walk away. Same thing with the NQ trade. The first one kind of pissed me off because I don't know why I'm taking it. Second one was kind of decent. Because again, we had the 5 minute PD area. We're showing rejection, strong continuation with these lows. And we're having a new form of standard deviation form. At least targeting the one in these highs seems nice. If we want to reverse, that's nice. But then the market just never did that, so it didn't reach my draw the first time, then the second time on ES. So for even longs and shorts, so I'm just gonna walk away, call it a day here. And what is my game plan going forward? So I've been funded max allocated before, but every time I get max allocated, I choke. So right now, my main thing is trying to stay on one funded account as long as possible. Get a payout, reinvest into more accounts, and then do the same thing. But I blew my last funded account. So now the goal is to get on one funded account, get another payout. It makes the most amount of sense instead of me just buying max allocation with the payout that I got last time. But I'd rather get a funded account, aim for consistency, aim for, a payout. And then eventually after that, keep that account and buy more accounts while I have that account, pass those accounts, and then get another payout on the funded account. Simple, sounds sweet, but it's very hard, I promise you. And then once we have 3 funded accounts and then 2 payouts, we're just gonna look to trade, maybe like 3 to 4 accounts after that, all that, and then eventually if we want to go for max allocation, max it out, go with another firm too at the same time. I'm willing to do that after we get a payout on like a set of like 3 or 4 accounts that are decent, and then eventually looking to scale and be consistent. That's the main goal about trading is like after you get a payout, people get so complacent. And I'm one of them, I'm not gonna deny it. After I got a payout, I got really complacent. I started taking setups that I just would never take. I started operating like really horribly from a night routine to a morning routine. I just started getting really complacent. I thought, oh, the goal was achieved when in reality it was nowhere near being achieved. So that's something I'm working on. I'm thinking about to myself like, hey, and then I stopped using order flow. Some I don't know, my ATS just doesn't work. Doesn't let me log in. I'm gonna continue trying to see if it does. But yeah, until then I'll catch you guys later. Peace.